Hello and welcome to the Intermission podcast. I'm Fabian and I'm alone once again today. Isaiah wasn't feeling well, but we'll trek on. Um, I know we said this last week, uh, but this week is a slower week. I don't expect this video to be too long, but we'll see what ends up happening. But I think we're just going to hop straight into it. And I'm going to start with the Wings, who, because of the All-Star break, only had one game this last week, but it was a pretty good one. The Wings played. The Wings played the Seattle Storm, ended up winning 87-63. With this game, Beckers tied the WNBA record for the first player to 300 points and 100 assists. So great for Beckers. She had 14 points in this game and 6 assists. But Enrique actually led us in points with 20. And Haley Jones also had 6 assists off the bench, so they were tied for the team lead. But it was a quality game. The only quarter we lost was the first quarter. We outscored them in every quarter besides that, especially the second half. I mean, we went into halftime down 2 points, actually. But the second half we took over, especially the third quarter. Third quarter, we outscored them 32-15. And the fourth, we outscored them 21-12. So we really took over in the second half. Another good rebound performance from the Wings, as Isaiah has been pointing out. Lee Yeru had 10, 3 offensive and 7 defensive, which led us. But Beckers and Haley Jones both had 6 rebounds as well. Sorry, excuse me. No. Haley Jones had 6 rebounds, as did DJ Nate Carrington. Beckers had 4, but JJ Quinterly also had 7 rebounds. She had a good game too, 9 points, 4 assists, those 7 rebounds, and a steal. It's just a good game all around. Just a good game all around. From the team, it was a good, solid win, and I guess all it takes is for us to, go down on the team. That's not the wording. To sort of trash talk them a little bit, for them to to pull through and get a good quality win. The Seattle Storm are 14-10 after this game, so it's nothing. It's not like they're an easy team to beat. So this was a good win, and it was a good team win. 20 points from Enrique. It's a good amount, but she wasn't the sole contributor. Beckers had 14. Geisel had 13. Haley Jones had 10. So we had 4 players score at least double-digit points. And that's always a good place to be, I think. And proof is in the pudding. A good quality win, 87-63, winning by 24 points. Something we haven't done this year. So that brings us to 7 and 17th. And we'll see where it takes us next. Next we have Golden State tonight. And we'll see how we do against them. But yeah. Yeah. That's all I got. I guess I should say, a big reason for our success, I think, is that our shooting percentage was really good in this game, both just regular field goal and 3-point, as well as our free throw percentage. That's sort of the area we've been struggling with all season, even though we've sort of had a relatively high, or at least above average, attempt. Our percentage has been poor, but in this game we went 10 for 23 from 3, 32 from 71 from the field, 45 from the field, 44 from 3. I mean, it's definitely good enough to win. It's about where you want to be. So definitely better than what we have been. We've been sitting at around 30 something for the most part. So quality win. I want to see more of it. That's what I got for the Wings. I mean, there was only one game this week. Again, it was quality. Beckers was in the All-Star game. She did fine. They had the whole thing. Sorry. But yeah, as for the Wings, that's about it. So I'm just gonna move on to the Rangers, who have a little bit more to talk about. Hopefully. The Rangers. Excuse me. Yeah, the Rangers. We played the Detroit Tigers and then the Oakland Athletics. The Tiger series was a pretty good one. We ended up winning this series 2-1 to win 2 games, 1 loss. And we limited them to 2 or less runs in every game. Yeah. So in game 1, we won 2-0. Corbin threw 5.2 innings pitched, allowed no earned runs, 3 hits. He had a kind of high pitch count, 92 pitches, and we'll say 6 innings is a little high, but I mean, they were quality innings, and again, he didn't allow a single run. Sharon Armstrong, Chris Martin, and Garcia all came in and didn't allow a run either, despite a hit from Garcia in the 9th. He got out of it. And our offense did enough with such a great pitching performance. Definitely want them to do more, but they did enough in this game. We had 4 hits, no home runs. We had 2 walks. We went 1 for 7 with runners in scoring position. Left 4 on base because we had 2 runs. Yeah, that's how math works. Both RBIs coming from Corey Seager off a double, I'm pretty sure. Or 2 separate doubles. No, 2-run double. Yeah, 2-run double in the 8th. And yeah, good win there. I mean, a great pitching performance, and then Corey Seager manages to get us some runs. So, which he's been on a tear. He's been on an absolute tear. 22 game on base streak, maybe 23 now. And in that span has been top 3 hitter in the league. So, I mean, Corey Seager's been on fire, and it's great to have him back as well. And at the same time, that some of our other offensive pieces are doing better. But again, the Tigers pitching staff is pretty good. Game 2, we end up winning 4-1. Kumar Rocker took a no-hitter into the 6th inning. Pitched 6.1 innings. Only allowed that 1 hit. He had 3 walks and 5 strikeouts. And, of course, no earned runs. And then Milner came in to finish the 7th. And then Jacob Webb came in, pitched 2 innings just to close it out, allowed 1 run in that span. On the offensive side of the ball, we had a 3-run 2rd inning, and then scored an insurance run in the 5th off of a home run. Or sorry, not that wasn't off a home run. Tellez had the 3-run home run. Excuse me. Tellez had the 3-run home run, which scored Garcia and Langford, as well as himself. And then in the 5th, Seager brought in Osuna. Yeah, okay. My mistake. I think I'm getting it mixed up with the A's series. But end up getting 4 runs. That 3-run home run is really the thing that let us win this game. Rowdy Tellez, I think in like his second game, his first home run with the Rangers. Good way to make an impact. He's been doing decent so far with us. But again, another great pitching performance. This whole Detroit series these were pitching wins. Even our loss was a great pitching performance, as you'll see here in a second. But Kumar Rocker, great pitching performance. And our offense did enough. We had a total of 4 hits. Yeah, I knew that was wrong. We had 4 hits, but 4 walks. Again, taking those walks is pretty key. That's why that home run wasn't a solo home run. So we had 4 walks, 4 hits, and then that one of those being a home run. Yeah, feels pretty good. And then so we win the second game 4-1. Game 3 against the Tigers, we end up losing. Evaldi, it was supposed to be a Skubal versus Evaldi, but Evaldi has some back soreness, so instead we pitched Latz, who pitched a gem. He pitched well. Latz, through 5 innings pitched, allowed 6 hits and 1 earned run. That's a quality start right there from Latz. Amazing. So a great pitching performance from him. Then Luke Jackson comes in, throws 1.2 innings, doesn't allow a run. Milner, same thing. He finishes that 7th inning. Then Chris Martin comes in and allows a run in the 8th, unfortunately, which is enough to put them over the top, as all we got was a wild pitch score in the 7th. So not a single RBI. We only had 4 hits in this game. And really, just not enough on offense. I mean, losing 2-1 always hurts. Doing it a lot less than we were at the beginning of the season, but happening here. I mean, again, it's against Skubal. He's a Cy Young favorite right now, and he's pitching he's pitching insanely well. So you can't blame. That's why I'm not so worried about it. Because Detroit has quality pitchers, especially with Skubal. But yeah, we only had 4 hits in this game. Didn't have a single walk. Struck out 15 times. Again, you're facing what is probably the best pitcher in the league, maybe at least top 3. So you can't be so angry, but the only score being off a wild pitch doesn't feel good, But we end up winning the Detroit series 2-1, and that series 50-50 at 500. Then come the A's into town, and we win game 1 7-2. Right? Yeah, 7-2. Sorry. We score early and then rack up the runs in the 5th. So we scored in the 3rd inning off of a Josh Young homer. Welcome back, Josh Young. His first game after being called back up. And then in the 5th, we have a couple of doubles, Freeman doubles to score 1, and then Hellman has a 3-run homer, make it 5-1. And we never really looked back. Got another 2 runs in the 7th. Seager, another RBI. Just to say, he continues to have such a great run. Leiter pitched in this game, 6 innings pitched, 2 earned runs off of 4 hits and 4 walks. Milner, Armstrong, and Wynn all came in, didn't allow a run. Ended up winning this game 7-2. Great performance from the team. Yeah. Great performance from the team. And again, great pitching. Leiter, 6 innings pitched, 2 earned runs. That's a quality start. Sorry if I punched the mic. I don't think it sounded that bad, but sorry if it did. And then in game 2, we win 6-2. I actually got to go to this game. Yeah, actually got to go to this game. Had a handful of home runs. Garcia homered in the 4th, Simeon in the 6th, then Smith singled to score Higashioka in the 7th. This was with 2 outs, and then Seager hits a 2-out 3-run home run to make it 6-1. DeGrom pitched this game, 6 innings pitched, 1 earned run, 3 hits. He had 9 strikeouts, pretty good. And then Jackson, Garcia, and Armstrong, they come in, and they actually score off a single in the 8th. To get to 2 runs. But yeah. Another good win, a good offensive performance. Well, I mean, a decent offensive performance. I don't like having to rely so much on solo home runs, but we ended this game with 10 hits, 1 walk. We went 2 for 4 with runners in scoring position. See, it's the thing. Like, we only had 4 at bats with runners in scoring position, but we did capitalize on 2 of them, which were both in the 7th inning. But we capitalized when we had those chances, so we end up winning 6-2 instead of tied 2-2. But either way, good performance. I want more consistent. These last 2 series hasn't really been the case. I want to see us to get deeper into counts and walk a little bit more, get those runners on base. We have a decent amount of speed, especially with we have so many outfielder utility guys, and so I want to see us get on base, and then we actually give ourselves chances to hit RBIs instead of just hitting singles or even doubles with no one on base. Doesn't mean anything. Then you get left on base. You don't want to see that. So we want to see from our offense to get on base more. See a couple more walks, or at least get deeper into counts to see that you're being selective with their pitches, which we've been doing definitely more like these last couple of months, but want to see even more as we go down the stretch in the second half of the season. Then to complete the sweep, game 3, we win 2-1. This is sort of what I'm talking about. This wasn't a good offensive performance. Sears has always sort of had our number, especially as of late. The pitcher for the A's, he threw 5 innings pitched, only allowed 1 earned run, and that was Corey Seager home run. Heck yeah, Corey Seager. But Corbin pitched in this game, 5.2 innings pitched. Sorry if you can hear that. 5.2 innings pitched, 1 earned run. Didn't walk a single batter. None of our batters did. So despite 5 hits allowed by Corbin, only 1 earned run. And then John Gray, welcome back. Happy to have him back. He's back from injury. Hoby Milner and Garcia all did their jobs. Don't know why I did that. But again, we score off that Corey Seager home run, and then Heim double to shortstop. It was an error. You really don't want to. It was an error, but we scored. So I don't think they marked it officially as an error, but it was an error. But you don't want to have to win on it off the errors, but we did, and we got the win. We completed the sweep, builds up momentum, keeps us going. We're now 53 games above 500, feeling good. 7 games back in the AOS, only 1.5 games out of wild card spot, still in third in the AOS. And starting today is a 3-game series against the A's, or not the A's, the Braves here at home. Which should be, I think, again, it should be a series that we should win. I'm not predicting a sweep, but especially since we're at home, I wouldn't be surprised. But I'm just predicting a 2-1 series win over the Braves. Then we travel to Anaheim to play the Angels, which should also be a series win. Again, I'm not predicting a sweep against the Angels. They're trying to fight to see whether or not they want to try or not for the season. So I don't know if I'm expecting a series sweep, but definitely a series win in Anaheim. And then on Thursday, we'll start the series in Seattle, which we have to win, which we should win, which we have to win. And I think we should win, but definitely not a sweep. We'll drop one game, definitely in that Seattle series. But yeah, I think we have 2 series coming up in this week that we are more than capable of winning against the Braves and the Angels. So let's see it. Let's see us win, get even further above 500. Widen the gap between us and the Angels, just to prove, hey, this is where the cutoff. Not to be rude to the Angels, I mean they've had a season, but to widen that gap and be like, hey, this is where the bad teams in the AOS are separated. Look, Rangers, Mariners, and Astros, we're all actually competing. We're not with the A's and the Angels, we're with the Mariners and Astros. We're up here, not down there. That's what the Angel series needs to be. So definitely need to at least win series. Maybe sweep. I think the Angels have had a bad couple of games recently. I could be completely wrong with that. That's just coming off the top of my head. So I could be talking garbage. But so I think it's possible we sweep. I mean, it's definitely possible we sweep. But for sure we got to win the series, and I think we will. And widen that gap a little bit. And then again, we need to win the series against Seattle to be like, to tell them we're better than. We gotta beat Seattle, not just for the AOS, but for the wild card. We're all right there, and we need to get those wins against Seattle. But that's for next week for the most part. Besides Thursday, that's for next week. But yeah, Brave series starts tonight, and we'll see how it goes. I'm pretty optimistic. Again, we activated John Gray. Jock Peterson is starting rehab soon. Evaldi's supposed to start tonight. So, his injury or preventative. Again, sorry if I punched the mic. But his injury prevention thing. Well, hopefully he'll be playing again, I guess, is all I'm trying to say. And he's supposed to be. So, hope to see him tonight. Hope he pitches well. And I mean, if he is pitching, he will. That's just Evaldi. But yeah, that's all I got for the Rangers. And so I'm just gonna touch on the FC Dallas real quick. This is definitely a shorter episode. I don't have anything for the. Sorry if I punched the mic again. I really don't have anything for the Stars. I don't really have anything for the Mavs. Nothing crazy or new happened. At least nothing sport related. Nothing for the Cowboys. I mean, Jerry Jones has to sign Micah Parsons. We gotta. I mean, he's a great player, and we should sign him. But whatever, not whatever. I mean, we should. It's an issue that we haven't, but so many people are talking about that, and it's annoying to me. So that's all I'm going to say on the matter. On FC Dallas, like the Wings, all we got to do is say that they're bad, and guess what? They start winning. We beat St. Louis 3-0 in a pretty quality game. Um, like a complete game from FC Dallas, I would say. We're down 6, 7, and 10, 13th in the West. Um, or 12th in the West, rather. Um, and yeah, in the 24th minute, off of a nice assist from Musa, we score a goal. It was just, sort of a cross into a pass in the box. Nice open shot. Good stuff. Bus. Yeah, so good stuff. We play a lot of soccer. Boss made one or two nice saves, but for the most part, our defense played real quality defense in this game. Something we haven't really seen. We interrupted a lot of their good chances, kept in front of, and kept them from getting quality looks at the goal, from taking deep runs, quick runs, getting by us, prevented all of that stuff, and eventually we get our second goal in the 79th minute. A sort of, cross pass from midfield towards the box, and Musa plays it beautifully, detects exactly where his defender is, plays it off his chest, and just 1v1s the goalie and gets it past him. Beautiful, beautiful touch from Musa. Yeah, that's how. I mean, it was a great goal. And then in the 86th, Sam Sarver draws a penalty. Sam Sarver just came in not too many, 6 minutes earlier, I believe. He'd just been called up. I think it was his second game with the MLS squad. He'd been playing with our lower league team, and he'd been playing really good. He had, I think, 3 or 4 goals in the last 2 games. And I loved his energy, and he drew a penalty in the 86th minute. Musa took that penalty and scored officially in the 88th. We end up so we signed Sarver to a contract through 2026 with some player and club options after that. But yeah, that's our third goal, and we end up winning the game 3-0. Musa had 2 goals. Just again, a complete game. Our defense actually played defense. Our offense capitalized on the chances they had, and we maintained like even games where we've tied or won, there were a lot of times in the game where you felt like we were just playing on our half of the field and just playing prevent and praying that they didn't score with all the shots they were taking, and there was no sense of that in this game. We kept possession flowing between teams. Neither team really had like a long stretch of them. I mean, obviously sometimes you get a couple shots off, but like in terms of 5 plus minutes of control in the opposing zone, neither team really had that. And we just capitalized on our chances, and we definitely had more chances. And it was a good game from FC Dallas. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I got. So this is a shorter episode, definitely. I didn't have someone to bounce off with like last week, so couldn't really fill the time as much. And even less happened than did last week. And I don't think I'm missing anything, unless something happened while I was recording. But if that happened, your fault, not mine. But yeah, thanks for watching. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok. We'll see, how life goes. But thanks for watching. I'm sorry if this episode was a little weird. I wasn't expecting to be alone today until later. And then, again, there's not the most to talk about this week without repeating myself. So, thanks for watching. Eat an apple and wear your seatbelt. Like, share, and subscribe if you did. Goodbye.